Welcome back to Football Coach, episode 86. We have our final game of the regular season, our rivalry game with Hawaii. We are 9-point favorites. We are dominant in so many ways, but they've had a good offense this year, even though they are just a 78-79 heading into this game. Talent matchup, we have a huge advantage in this one. We should perform really well, but it's all on the line. This is our chance to go to the conference championship game for the first time. We might have that secured with a tiebreaker against SMU, even if we lose this game, but we might not. So we want to win this to assure that we are headed to that conference championship game. 6-14 all time against Hawaii, and they do have a win streak of 1. So we had won 5 in a row prior to this game. Let's see if we can get back into the win column. We pick up with the second half, and we're only up 10-6. It's awfully close. We are going to start with the ball, though. We got a 3rd and 1. We want to go for a quick slant. I would rather take the inside run, use the offensive line. Who fails? Wow, we 3 and out just like that. Can't believe we get stopped on 3rd and 1 like that. But that is an intercepted pass virtually at the line of scrimmage. Well, no, it was really about an 8-9 yard pass anyway, where we picked that off. Looks like we were able to read and undercut their man on the in route, and it's our ball now with better field position. Mid draw not going anywhere. Bubble screen does now. It's 3rd and 2. This time we're able to convert for a first down. They want to go right back to the stick. It doesn't work. Halfback sweep. 4th and 1, 37-yard field goal. No, 4th and 1. We got 1 yard. Now it's a 1st and goal. Smash corners. Inside zone. No. All hitches and then run after catch. No, let's go medium. Tight end unders definitely. Smash digs gives you a lot of options on scoring, and we convert. There you go. 9-yard touchdown pass to Kelly. And we're up 17-6. Picking it up with the 4th quarter. It's now 17-13. And Hawaii has the ball. Things did not go well after we decided to skip ahead a little bit. Or really both times that we've tried to skip ahead. 2nd and 4 now. First down. Another first down. 1st and goal. We trail by 3 with 12 minutes left of the game. Come on. First down gains 2 on the short pass. Good tackle there to stop any run after the catch. Call flats with some penalties. Not sounding fun right now. Do we want to try something a little different, like going play action and a power read? And it works. Only enough for the first down, though. It's not the deep one. Tight end attack. No. Bubble screen. Goes backwards. 3rd and long. Tight end attack does not work, and we're going to have to punt. Next, change of possession. We get the ball back with just under 10 minutes left. The bubble screens are not working today. Let's try something different, like a slants middle. Well, Shabazz suddenly can't complete a pass. Halfback off tackle. Double unders, and we punt. What in the world is going on? We're going to get the ball back from the 45 with 7 minutes. Our offense, we can't run the ball. We can't pass the ball. Okay, mediums are coming under. So let's go short. Curl flats. First down. Let's not use the stick pass that we've done so many times today with 0 success whatsoever. Smash corners. 2nd and 2. Now we can take a halfback sweep and go backwards. Halfback gut. And go backwards again. How? How are we have no ground game whatsoever. We have an insane, massive advantage. Their offense has 0 chance, yet they've put up 20 points. There's a This is why I've hated this game ever since. Even when we're the favorites, Hawaii comes out, they show up every time. And we don't. It's so rare that our team shows up when we're playing against Hawaii. I know we had won 5 in a row, but here we are. They beat us last year as total underdogs, and it's 4th and 4. 5:36 left. You know, we're not completing passes. We're not completing quick slants over under. We're going for it on 4th. And Shabazz is sacked and fumbles the ball. So not only do we not convert, we go backwards and give them even better field position. We're going to get the ball back with 3:38 left, though. Up tempo. Definitely 4-down territory now at 3:38 left. We still have all our timeouts, though. Game's not over yet, but this is just insane. This is total insanity. Antoine fumbles, turns it over. How many turnovers in a row can you have? I think we just broke the record for it. I'm going to simulate to the end of the game. For one, they're going to run some clock here. No, just exchange. They got the touchdown. But the game is literally giving us no chance whatsoever to do anything here. They only got 4 guys. Yeah, okay, tight end attack. Or just do nothing. Go flat corner. And now we're going to get double punished for medium passes, so we're going to go deep instead. Corner strike. Take a deep shot. Slot drive. That was 4th down. So we lost. We fucking lost. We had the tiebreaker. We've fallen out of the rankings. We had the tiebreaker. That or SMU lost. But I've been on this guy for so long. A 63 A+, just fantastic quality, who had no offers from anyone. We went from non-existent to number 2 on the list. And I was within 500 points of UCLA. That's how long I've been working on this. We went from 5,000 points behind to 2nd and almost in the lead. And he had no offers from anyone. UCLA hands him an offer and he instantly says, I'm yours. Insult to injury. SMU did win. We're both 9-3, but we do have the tiebreaker. Well, we might have missed out on our biggest signing, but we've got a chance at another really big one. A 75 overall B, 4-star corner. Has signed with us. It's our biggest signing in quite a few seasons. So we have a chance at revenge with Indiana. And of course, Indiana gave us one of our 3 losses that we've had this season. We've only had 2 bad days. They gave us one of them. We're definitely favorites, but they've got a good pass game. 8.5-point favorites. Let's see if we can bounce back. I'm still reeling from the Hawaii game. All right, so our first play from scrimmage is a 10-yard pass. That's complete. Flanker curl gives us a good chance to go forward. Inside zone. Got a lot of guys in the box, but let's see what we can do. Hey, we get a good 12-yard run from Antoine. Outside zone, no. Cross flood. Yes, big gain there. Going backwards, 3rd and 12. Wide receiver smash. Gun line up, see how we're looking. It's not much in the box, but this guy underneath might have a good chance. Yes, there we go. Corner route works. Halfback zone weak. 2nd and 9. Run pass option. No. Wide corner. Yes, touchdown. 7-0. 7-0. That's a good start against Indiana. Let's go ahead and start with 2nd quarter, where it's 10-0 now. They got a good first down gain there, but on 2nd, Dawson loses 5 yards on the bubble screen. We covered it well, and they end up 3 and out on this drive. Stays 10-0. Let's go ahead and go to the last 5 minutes of the first half. Indiana moving the ball, still 10-0. And it's 3rd and 11. We do not get the stop, though. Goal line stand for now. 3rd down. Hold on, what are they? Shotgun spread. I do not want to leave. Get 2 guys to cover. That's it. 2 guys to cover. I'm not a fan of this. It did not work. What did they end up doing? Running right up the middle. Like, I feared that was going to open up. The 2 linebackers could not make the stop. And it's 10-7. Okay, short passes are penalized. Why don't we go with inside runs instead then? Go backwards. Okay. Our pass game seems to be working better than our run game. Halfback mid-draw does not look like... Well, That might work here. They only got one guy basically to cover it, so it does work. Okay. Strong flood. Sack. And then we want to go back to the Y stick. That actually works. 3rd and 5. Manageable. There's a lot of space on this middle slant, and they do not have the guys to cover it, which is going to pull a lot of guys out of position. Gives it a chance to work, but it goes incomplete anyway, and we punt. Almost halftime. Oh, they got the first. 30 seconds left. There we go. Clock runs out. Second half. We're going to have to kick off, though. So let's go to the next possession where we're up 10-7. Definitely not time to start thinking about clock yet. It's just barely the beginning of the second half. Yeah, just 2 guys in the box. That could work. Or Quinn Bell can just fumble it and turn it over. What? Turnovers have been a problem. We're now trailing 14-10. First down. Halfback sweep, first down. Mid-draw, first down. Another mid-draw, 2nd and 2. Quick slants does not work. Another quick slants does work. And it's first down in the red zone. Let's see. Wide corner. Yeah, I think we're okay on that kind of play call here. Double unders. Just take it. First and goal. Take the outside run. Sweep to the weak side. Works. And we lead. After a fumble by the wide receiver Calhoun on that next drive, we have picked up the ball in good field position at the 42. Still in the third quarter. We want to go deep. Well, we dump it off to the running back, which does get us a first down, but we're definitely not going to go on to the next follow here. Take a power read. No. Bell, no gain. 2nd and long on the mid-draw. Sets up a 3rd and 6 with a strong flood. Gets a first down outside zone. We're in the red zone here. Now we want to go sweep weak again. It works, and we're up by 10. That is a field goal after a very long first down gain to start the drive, but then we halt them over the next 3 plays. Bring them up just short. They got 9 yards. Needed 10, right? So on 4th and 1, they take the field goal. It's 24-17, still third quarter. Let's go ahead and go to the fourth quarter now, where it's 24-17. The drive that began following that field goal is still ongoing into the fourth quarter now. Let's not take a double punishment flake or dig. 1st and 10. Why don't we go for a short pass with the quick slants? 12 yards. Figured they weren't going to expect something under like that in that scenario, and we're in the red zone. Let's get them again with another curl flats and get another first down. 1st and goal. No mid-draw. Be direct. Put her in the end zone. 31-17. We lead by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. Exchange of possession. Indiana marched right down the field. 2nd drive in a row that their literal first play goes for about 40 yards. This time around, though, they don't go 3 subsequent plays and field goal. They go 3 subsequent plays and touchdown. Just like that, it's a 7-point game again. Still 12 minutes left. Thinking about that clock here. Let's chew clock. Okay, slot outs I like. Curls I do not. Okay, take the inside zone. Let's see what they're... Yeah, 2 guys in the box. Okay, 2nd and 5. Halfback stretch. They are... that's matching up with the tight end. And then 2 guys in the box. 46 bear. This is not looking good. How about we take an audible here and... curl combo. That works. First down. Okay, wide receiver smash. That's a first down inside 10 minutes, and we are already put in field position in our favorable sort of manner. Fullback inside. Sure. How's that box looking? It's a lot of guys. 7 total in the box, but we do have an extra blocker. I don't think this is going to be a big gain, but hopefully we're going to get 3 yards. That's exactly what we get. Oh, good old tight end stick. First down. 8 minutes left. Short pass is being punished, huh? Take the outside run then. Outside zone. Yeah, okay. Oh, it works. It works. 13 yards from Pratt. 13 yards from Pratt. We're at the 12. Okay, slants middle. Yes. 2nd and 3. And I think from here we go on the ground and we go through the middle. Halfback draw. 3rd and 1 inside zone. 4th and 1. Now, tricky thing here. Okay, if we go for it and fail, field position is so much in our favor. However, we're up 7. With a field goal, we're up by 2 scores. So even though I would almost always go for it in this scenario, 2 scores matters more, even though 14 sounds a lot better than 10. 34-24 inside 5 minutes. We took plenty of time off the clock, and we got a score. I feel like we could have done more, obviously, but they didn't gain 40 on their first down this time. 3rd and 8. And a punt. 4 minutes left. Now we run the ball no matter what and try to kill clock. Halfback mid-draw. Oh, buddy! Quinn Bell, 53 yards. Our first major gain of the game comes at the perfect time, because now, even if we do 3 and out from this stage, it's going to lead to a field goal or bad field position for them. We're going to stay away from the draw. They know a run is coming. Inside zone. Gains 1. Halfback stretch. Gains 2. 3rd and 7. We're still going to go on the ground here. 2:26 left. They've burnt 2 of their timeouts. We got a 95% chance to convert the field goal. The only problem with that one is we're up 13, not 14. But you take the field goal at that point. Why would you go for it on 4th down? Well, try to put the game away, I suppose. 2:21 left. Took a decent amount of time off the clock for just running, 4 plays? 3rd and 2 under smoke. Stopped them. 4th and 2. The nickel blitz stops them. Incomplete. This is just about gonna do it. Halfback slam. 1 first down would end the game. Just a minute 44 left. The outside zone. Got it. Take a knee. We are headed to the playoff. We are the Patriot champions. 578 yards. That team bounced back. They showed up today for sure. 275 on the ground to 78 on the ground being the big difference. Through the air, not substantially different. We made more attempts. We got a bit more yards. Pretty similar stuff. 12 drives each. 5 plays of 20 plus. They had more plays of 40 plus variety. But our yards per play was better, primarily because we got 6 yards per attempt on the ground. And yes, we had 1 big play there, and I think their 2 big plays were through the air, most likely. So their numbers here were a bit inflated, where our numbers here were inflated. But 50 yards on 1 play, we still got 225 otherwise through 45 plays. Obviously less yardage, but still pretty dang good. 9 for 14 on 3rd, 7 for 16. They weren't bad, but 16 rushing first downs to 5, 21 to 9. It's 37-14 on first downs. We had 3 turnovers to their 1, so it was another bad day on that part, but did it. We did it. Shabazz threw 2 interceptions. Bell and Pratt each with 100 yards. Pratt was the one who had the 50-yarder, I think, right? Antoine just 88. He was more your workhorse, right? These guys had a couple big breakaway type gains where Antoine just kept working the ball. 4.5 yards per carry. Callahan, 8 catches on 103 yards. The only touchdown, though, was to our tight end Fisher. Defensively, 4 pass deflections to their 7. 1 forced fumble to their forced fumble. They had a couple interceptions. In many ways, they had a better day than we did. But we also had less plays. They had a lot more plays, had a lot more opportunities to put up numbers. So their numbers being similar, and in some cases better than ours, well, there was twice as many plays, twice as many opportunities for them. So their defense looked like it had a big day, but not really. Not really. That's an achievement for me. Been playing this how long? We're just now picking up some basic achievements. That is our first conference championship. It's our head coach's. He's old. That's his first conference championship. We know we're in. We know we're going to be number 12. So there you have it. Ohio, Georgia, Clemson, Texas, 1 through 4. Penn State, number 5, 10-2. Of course, we're at 10-3. They did not play for a conference championship. They missed out on that one. All right, well, ranking-wise, we jumped back to 25th in the rankings, so we just barely come in at 10-3. We've got a 10-win season. I think that's where it's going to end, right? 10-4 seems very likely with Penn State matchup looming and 2 new injuries that are going to take a couple of weeks. So will they heal up before the game? Fingers crossed that they would. No. Bull week 1. Bull week 1 is when that first round is going to take place, which is not how that is in real life, but it is a video game. In the awards category, you would think we would be eligible for some. Our offense has been near the top nationally, so there's a very good chance that we could have some guys ranked, but not on the top list. Houston's quarterback has won the MVP. Clemson's D lineman has won the Defensive Player of the Year, and their true freshman quarterback has won Freshman of the Year, while Cal has claimed the Coach of the Year. We have Kelly, first team All-American, 1,200 yards, 83 receptions, 15 touchdowns for Kelly. Second team All-American Gamble with 36 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. So no interceptions for a corner, and he's made second team All-American. Meanwhile, a safety, Steele, 23 tackles, 2 for loss, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns for him. So that's 3 members of our team that have gone All-American. The All-Freshman team, of which we had one on second team a year ago, Shabazz. Nobody has made it this year, though. But we should see our name pretty regularly here for the Patriot Conference Awards, and 3 out of the 4 main accolades have gone to our guys. So Shabazz gets Conference Player of the Year, 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, but 9 interceptions. Kind of poor last couple of games for him. 24 sacks also was a lot considering how good our offensive line is. But Gamble wins Defensive Player of the Year. No surprise that it's one of those 2 guys that were first team All-American. But Elder has won Coach of the Year for the conference. Now looking at the first team All-Patriot, Shabazz, Antoine, Kelly, Callahan, Cornett, McDonald, Hinkle, 3 offensive linemen first team. Porter and Bell as a return man. On the defensive side, Steele and Gamble, of course, but also Price and Albert. Second team, all conference. Much shorter list, but a 4th lineman, this time Vinson. A second corner in Erickson. And our punter and kicker. Porter's on both sides of that one, right? The terrible news, though, is we have a handful of guys that have 1 week left on their injuries. And we play this week with number 5, Penn State. A 4-star lineman, he's only a C+, but that's in part because he's already a 64 overall. He is ready to sign, and we've had another one where somebody has slipped in at the last second and instantly gotten the signature. This time it's Clemson. Expectations are low, so I can be a lot more patient with this game as we head in against Penn State. Our whole thing was getting a conference championship and making the playoff and raising our prestige. So it's a successful season no matter what, even though there was a couple disappointments along the way. We're 10-3. It's a great year. So I can be okay regardless of what happens in the game. But the game's going to be a lot harder when we have 3 corners all injured at the same time. That really, really hurts our depth at the cornerback position, especially when 2 of them would be fully healthy a week from now. Penn State only 7.5-point favorites, amazingly, and talent-wise, we have the tiniest bit of an edge. On paper, we actually have a chance in this game. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, but it would be nice. It would be real nice. Kelly, not only first-team All-American, wide receiver of the year nationally. And Penn State do have a few injuries themselves. It's going to knock them down just a little bit. We have played Penn State 4 times historically. They beat us all 4 times by as much as 53 points. However, we haven't played them since 2031. We played them in 2025, 2028, and then 30 and 31. So that was week 1. That was already scheduled. That was the first year. That was our first game. But then we had one of those home and 2 aways over a 3-year stretch. They were in the top 25 every single time we played them. They were 5th one of those times. They beat us 35-9. That was actually our best showing. That was our one home game. We're not at home this time. All right, well, we've lost the coin toss. We're going to start with the ball and take a smash digs for a first down. So we're not going home without any first downs. In fact, we've got 2 of them already. Wide receiver smash also working. Quick slants works. Run pass option works. We're in the red zone. First drive of the game, we're in the red zone. 2nd and goal, halfback off tackle. Halfback dive. 4th and goal from the 1. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown. 7-0. We go for it on 4th and goal from the 1 and convert, and we lead. I can't bear to see what the defense is going to do, so we got the ball back. Defense stands. We got next follow. No, halfback off tackle. Yes, first down. Mid-draw. Slants. And the stick. Down we punt. So far, so good, though, as our second drive, we've held them in both drives. We've got decent field position once again here. Halfback slam, halfback gut, and halfback stretch. No. Take a deep pass instead. Corner strike. Still first quarter. 3rd stop in a row. This time we're a little bit deeper here, but they were a little bit further up the field. So that was a good punt. 52 yards. It looks like they just haven't gone anywhere. Yeah, that's a 3 and out. A 3-yard run and 2 incomplete passes. They've run 9 plays and gained 9 yards in this game so far, even though they have a thunderous home field advantage. Works well. Halfback zone weak does not. And the halfback sweep, no, goes negative. We punt. But great start to the game so far. Again, a little bit further back, but it's another 50-yard. 3 yards, 3 yards, and 0 yards all on the ground. So they gain 6 and 3 and out. Quick slants. First down. First quarter comes to an end. Great game so far. That's a first down. 15 yards. Little run after the catch there. Halfback mid-draw. No. Our run game has come to a... Yeah, two extra guys in the box is all. Still goes negative. Wide corner. No. Punt. Great punt, though. 48 yards. Pinned him deep. This time they finally inch their way along. I mean, that's a lot of plays. But it still ends in a field goal and not a touchdown. So far, so good. The favored tight end stick. That never seems to work. The shallow cross. Pick six. That's one of my favorite plays. And we went for the guy that it almost always works. And we trail. We trail 10-7. That was probably our only chance right there. We needed to be perfect on the turnover front, especially on the not turning it into points to have much of a chance today. My hopes were rising, but now they're falling. Ground game's still not really going much of anywhere. At least we gained a few yards there, but 3rd and 4. The curl flats is a decent play, but it does not work. They gained a little bit on that drive. They did get 1 first down on 3rd, 11-yard run, but then we stopped them just short, 2 yards short. And on 4th and 2 from the 48, they punt, but they coffin cornered us, pinned us deep from the 1-yard line. This is scary territory because could easily be 2 points, but we do inch our way out of it. Gain 3 yards, 2nd and 7. 4 verticals is not the play that I want to run right now. Not at all. Let's option run this thing with the read option. Lose a yard. Bubble screen on 3rd and 8 is not a good play either. Medium pass only. We've got to try to get out of here, but I'm so nervous about their quality and a safety. We get out. We got the first, just enough. 10 yards. Well, needed 8. Halfback off tackle. Gains 1. Mid draw does work a little bit better. The draw is going okay for us, but 3rd and 4. Deep pass, play action. Kind of all or nothing. Big gain or punt. Sack. They brought the pressure and it worked. Good field position, but only a minute and a half left in first half. Their first play already puts them in good field position. Second play gets another first down inside a minute. They're still going up tempo. 48 seconds left. Just like that. 5 plays, 4 of them go for big gains, and we trail 17-7. We have 33 seconds left. Bubble screen works. Shallow cross. No, incomplete. Run pass option. 23 seconds left here in the half. Medium. Flanker curl. Smash corners. Punt. Okay, we're going to head to halftime. Having to kick off at down 10. Rutgers pass is intercepted. We're going to give ourselves a chance here starting the second half with a big play from the defense. Gamble. Conference player, defensive player of the year. And first team All-American Arian Gamble gets his first interception of the year. 29 yards on the return also puts us in the red zone. We have to turn this into a score to have a chance. Our offense has been non-existent. Tight end attack. No, that is not the kind of play you want to run from here. Short pass. What do we got? Under. Yes. First down. No. Stupid stick play. Power read. Yes. Touchdown! 14-7. That was Antoine. So we did take the pitch option and it works. 14-17. Just down a field goal. But they get another field goal down at the other end. 37 yards after they go about 55 yards on the drive. But we're within a score. That return does not work terribly well. Halfback sweep. One pass option. First down. Smash corners. No. Slants. No. Play action with the comebacks. Yeah, I like that play. That's a good option here. But it does not work. Shabazz is sacked by Sullivan. There's just too much damn quality on the other side of the ball. Another field goal for Penn State. Now 23-14. Down 9. Plenty of time left, but an offense that's had a hard day, right? We got one drive right at the start of the game. Other than that, the only other score we've had was largely via turnover. Curl flats works, though. Halfback got that run game inching its way forward, but not going very far. Checking in. So 14 of 26 for Shabazz, but an interception and a couple sacks and no touchdowns, only 5.5 yards per attempt. They're 14 of 24, but it's a bit more yardage and 1 touchdown. Antoine, 3 yards a carry, inching his way. It's not nothing, though. He and Bell, it's not nothing. It's Shabazz going backwards that's really kind of hurting us there. So the run game, we won't abandon it completely. But Kelly, only 3 catches so far. I like smash corners, and it's got a good chance with that sort of play. 3-4 there. Got a really good chance of finding somebody, but Shabazz has thrown it away. The safety, Hugo Moore, has intercepted it and returned it, and now we're in trouble if they score here, especially if it's a touchdown. it's going to be game over. Two plays, 30-14. We start the fourth quarter with the game probably out of reach here. Mid-draw, gains 3. The sweep, Quinn Bell fumbles it, and now the game really is over. 37-14. Last 5 minutes, 51-14. Wow, that got ugly in the fourth quarter. We were very much in that game until that fourth quarter. 5 turnovers, which means there was additional turnovers in that fourth quarter. That got stupid ugly. Penn State moves on. First trip to the playoff. Closer game than the final score suggests, but Penn State was obviously, and always was, too good for us. Georgia has beaten Alabama to win the national championship and go undefeated, 16-0 on their way to that championship. So big year for them. Curious just how far did Penn State get, because normally you want to see the team beat you, go on and win the championship, because at least you're beaten by the best, not somebody else who was beaten by somebody who was beaten by the best, right? So Alabama inched their way past California in the 8-9 matchup. Notre Dame beat Houston, Michigan State upset Florida, and then Alabama upsets number 1 Ohio State in overtime. Penn State beat Texas. So, okay, they made the semifinal. That's good. Clemson just beat Notre Dame. Georgia beat Michigan State comfortably. And then beat Clemson in triple overtime to make the championship game, where Alabama upset Penn State 14-9. Not a big victory, but Penn State's offense did not show up that day. They didn't show up our day either until the fourth quarter anyway. When we make the playoff, greatly exceed the 5-win expectation and still only gain 20 from the athletic director. He doesn't love us after that, but he's back up to a 50 on his opinion. The fan base loved that. They're back up to maximum, and we did keep our promises. We got 41% of snaps on Bacon, where Antoine, he wanted 7. We got 10. Yeah, they're both happy. Plus the natural integrity gain. This is the first year in forever that we've seen a positive on the coach integrity. I guess last year was a gain. The previous years were either a wash or a slight loss. But we finished the year ranked 24th in the nation. That's going to be a huge boost to our prestige. We also finished the year 10th in scoring, which was exactly where our offense was. 27th in D, a little bit below our 18th, but 2nd in offense. Our offensive and defensive coordinators gain absolutely nothing this year. I think that's an age thing. They might have gained some XP, but our head coach, he's 55. He is old, but he's not that close to retirement. So he gains 3 levels, picks up 8,000 experience. 2,000 XP for greatly exceeding expectations. Coach of the Year, 2,000 XP. 10 wins is 1,000 XP. Won the division is 500 XP. Conference champion is 1,000 XP. Made the playoffs, 750. That's odd that it's less than all these others where it's a bigger deal. It's a bigger deal to make the playoff than it is to win a small conference, where it's a bigger deal to win a big conference. Yeah, making the playoffs still a bigger deal, period, than winning your conference. And an academics bonus? Oh, okay, right. As always, my head coach is not the source of my offense or defensive successes. It's the training and recruiting that matters most. 1 point will maximize his training, so I'm going to go ahead and do it and put 2 into recruiting, giving him an 8 in that department. Amazingly, there's no badge. There is no badge for going up to level 24, but in part because he lost some levels in recent years. I think he's lost 2 levels in the last 2 years, so realistically he's only gaining 1 level from where he was. The good news, though, is where we lost those points were in that offense and defense previously, and now he's just got stronger in training and recruiting. Specialized. Yeah, the offensive coordinator, 62. He gained 1,300 XP within the level, but not enough to reach the next level, where our defensive coordinator barely gained at all. Old age, lost 2,600 XP, and we barely offset that. Well, the bad news is all 3 of our coaches have coach locks that are expired. So there's a good chance that others are going to come and try to claim them after we made the playoff and had some success here. But at the same time, I'm not exactly thrilled with the coaches we have or how they have performed. We were a lot better team than I think our year ended up going. They had a couple of really, really bad days, but overall they did the job they were supposed to do. It's just at their age, kind of working with fire. But we're in a difficult position as a lower prestige program where we can't necessarily afford the coaches that we want. We've got to get the guys that are way past their prime, or we've got to get the young guys. And either way, we're not getting the guys that are at the height of their game and improving. But none of them have an expiring contract this year, so I think we are going to kind of stay put with what we have and see what happens. So basically, nobody's coming after our head coach, which means obviously after the year he had, we will retain him. It's the others where we have a problem. Our offensive coordinator is headed to Palo Alto, to Stanford, and hanging on to him is going to be difficult. What's it going to take to hang on to him? A huge increase from $700K to $2.5 million, which is a lot more than what they are paying him, which means we're probably going to be looking at a new offensive coordinator. And in the spread pass first department, there's only 3 choices. Yikes. But 2 guys in their mid-40s is actually better than what we've kind of been dealing with. In terms of badges, I think our choice is pretty easy. Quarterback Whisperer, VIP protection will help within games, plus the slippery certainly doesn't hurt. And at 45, we'll actually have a chance to improve, not being penalized on age, though not being hurt by it either. We'll give him a chance to go forward. And he's got the play calling, so he can handle that side of it. It's just going to be difficult on training and recruiting, but our levels that we gain can go into those areas. And we can get him pretty cheap, but let's go ahead and get a coach lock going on that for $700K, 3 years. Now the good news is our defensive coordinator is getting taken away from us to Wisconsin, and actually this is going to work out really well for us because we weren't synced up very well. He's into his 60s and taking those massive penalties. This is actually a great opportunity for us to improve. So nickel balanced man is what our head coach wants to run, and I'm totally fine with taking a nickel balanced man scheme from here. That's going to give us one of 2 choices here. We can get an 8 or a 7. They're both in their 30s, and then either a recruiter or somebody who's a little bit balanced between the 2 right now. I think this is going to come down to badges because they're both 37. So we've got a linebacker, recruiter, or professor. Defensive practice bonuses are 20% more effective and gain 1 audible per quarter. I don't run audibles very often, so I've only run 1 or 2 just in the last couple of games. Man-to-man recruiter, recruiting pitches to players with man-to-man archetype yield an extra 100 points. Definitely some recruiting bonuses there. This one, defense gains +2 block shedding on blitz plays, or all defensive players get +1 speed. So we can get faster and have block shedding, or we get some recruiting bonuses. I think the on-field bonuses are what we need the most, right? Especially as we've still been focusing on scraps. So I think we're going to be taking this guy. The coach lock 4-year deal, $650K. So we're switching to a balanced man, but that's going to give us some bonuses for the year to come. In the retirement department, we've got Ricardo Nixon of Florida, 2-time National Coach of the Year. He's our offensive coordinator there. 3 times Conference Coach of the Year. In the players leaving department, we've got 2 guys that are in the 2nd round of the draft upcoming, both all-conference players, a D lineman, and Shabazz. And there is no convincing them to stay. They are going to enter the draft. Plus our seniors, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. There's a ton of quality there. 15 seniors that are in 80 plus. And then, of course, the 2 high-quality guys here. It's going to hurt a lot. I was hoping... I knew Shabazz would graduate early. I knew he would go to the draft early. I knew that was inevitable. But I was hoping it wasn't 2 years and then off he goes. I was hoping for one additional year before it would happen. But there's literally nothing we could do, so that's gonna hurt. And then on top of it, we've got 6 guys looking to transfer. We're gonna have our hands full. We're already down to, well, for the moment anyway, we're down to 63 scholarships, and I've already got quite a few signed on. We'll see what kind of offers I can make to hang on to some of these guys, and where necessarily I need it. At running back, my number 2 running back got 42% of the snaps this last year, and our projected second and third guys, and actually there's quality behind them too, so this really could go any way. I don't necessarily want to promise that playtime. You could definitely promise it to a number 2, but we don't know who our number 2 is going to be. As realistically, as far down as Delgado, he could jump these guys. He's only 3 points behind. Any one of them could be our number 2, which means I need to be looking more so at what's it going to take NIL wise to hang on to these guys. So for this one, 30% or 10 coach integrity, $615K, not bad. And it's the same here. I'm going to go ahead and take the NIL to hang on to these guys for another year, giving me quality options at running back. And my number 1 projected starter for tight end for next year wants playing time. I think that's going to be easy. 20 targets. That's easy enough. I mean, he had 11 this year on 17% of the snaps. Linebacker is going to have a similar issue with some guys that want play time, and I think we should be able to offer it. 40% is not going to be a problem for somebody second on the depth chart who's going to... These guys are guaranteed to stay in the top 4. So I'm going to go ahead and offer both of them. It could be a risky move, but I feel pretty confident that they're going to be in the top 3 and get that 40%. Wow, 4-star corner coming in 4th on the depth chart at the moment. Wow. Number 13 cornerback in the nation. Ooh, now here's the iffy one. We've got a 75 overall, C+ redshirt sophomore safety. He wants playing time, and I don't think I can't give him 40% of snaps, and I don't want to give him $961K. We're going to let him go. There's too much quality behind him to give into that guy when Steele is already better, a year younger, when Caldera is already almost as good with much better potential, as is Hawkins, as is London, as is a high schooler coming in pretty dang close. So we're going to let Stevens go. So that puts us at 68 scholarships. Now the question is there anybody I want to cut? And in the end, I'm only going to cut one guy, in large part because we have so many openings at the moment. And a lot of positions are undermanned. We are graduating a pretty big group. This is going to be a difficult to replace kind of year. But at offensive line, I've got a redshirt freshman who is still in the 50s, and his durability had tanked. So even though he's got potential, I'm not going to wait to see how far he gets with it. Offensive line was not a position that we were really shorthanded at, so we're going to go ahead and let him go. And plus the one we decided that wasn't worth hanging on to in Stevens. 18 scholarships still to hand out during this offseason. That's a lot. And there's going to be a few starting position types that become available. So we're going to have to be pretty aggressive on the transfer market. But as I enter into that transfer market, our next episode will open from signing day. That's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.